Good Tuesday morning. How are y'all doing? It is beautiful here in East Tennessee this morning. There's like a breeze, zero humidity. It's like 70 degrees. It feels amazing. I gotta come out here and walk through my garden. Y'all, my zinnias are about as tall as me. Everything in this garden this year is just like going vertical. It's crazy how tall everything's getting. I know people were amazed at my sunflowers that they were 14 feet. They're super tall. And my cosmos are almost as tall as me as well. So, yeah. And I got a little volunteer tomato plant. I actually get these things volunteering everywhere. I probably have like 10 new plants a day volunteering up here in this garden. It is crazy. I love to leave the volunteers because I know that they're a very hardy plant. They come back on their own, so I don't like to pull those. So if they come in a random spot, I just let them come. I have all kinds of volunteers in this bed right here, and they just randomly volunteered, so I'm gonna leave them here. I need to come out here and deadhead some of these spent ones just because that'll help the others take off. And they are loaded, as you can see. These actually just pop off. Don't really even need scissors. Look at that little one hiding in there. Occasionally I'll get something out here chewing on my zinnias, and when I do, I spray with an insecticidal soap that I make. I don't buy it. Especially this year, you've been hearing too many like horror stories of like compost and things like that have been like contaminated. I think there was like an herbicide. One of my friends that went to our homeschool co-op, she had some compost that had an herbicide in it that like destroyed some of her plants in her garden, which was terrible. And I've heard some other people have that same situation. Luckily, I didn't use anything like that this year. I purely used the compost from the chicken coop. And I use that with leaves in the fall, grass clippings in the summer, chicken manure, and all that out of my coop. And I just keep it mixed up and ready to go. And in the springtime, I amend the soil with it in all these beds and my gardens as well. I put it around all of my tomato plants and some of my pepper plants and onions and squash. So yeah, everything's looking good, and I'm very thankful. I pray for those people that were affected by that, though, that really depended on the food from their garden. So that's just very misfortunate. Hopefully they'll have time to redo it and plant some more. But all right, y'all, I'm in here with the squash. I'm gonna cut some up and freeze it. I have some from last year that are still pretty good, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some for this year, some fresh stuff, and put it in the freezer. Never know what you might need it for. I'm going to seed save some of these squash seeds I've got here. You know, who doesn't want a million squash next year? All right, I'm going to remove the seeds from the squash. I'm going to wash them real good and then lay them out to dry, and then I'll store them over the winter in my basement. Wash them out real good. I love these little strainers. I use these for seeds all the time. Then I'll put them on a paper plate to dry. The rest of these scraps are going to go down to the chickens. Y'all ain't going to believe what just happened to me. I was sitting here in my chair reading. It's actually peaceful right now. Sitting here by my squash waiting to take it down to the compost pile. And I hear something. I hear gravel rustling. I look down underneath my chair, and there's a big old groundhog. I looked down and we locked eyes, and he took off running. Holy moly, that was not something you look down and expect to see. Y'all, this has just been a weird week, and it's only Tuesday. Okay. So I have quite a few beans that I picked the last 2 nights, so I'm going to try one more time before I can and see how many I get. And it is super cloudy out here. It honestly looks like it's going to rain. So I'm going to give it just a little bit and see if it's going to before I water the garden. I don't know. What do you think, chickens? Rain or not? All right, let's see what we got in the way of beans here. Look at those clouds. Looks like the sky's gonna open up. It's definitely made it cooler, which is quite nice. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great day. So I've had to do some shopping this morning. I had to go out and get an aquarium for my snails because it's filling up in there and I have more that are hatching. So I got me a little 5.5 gallons. So we're gonna transfer them over sometime today, maybe when it cools off a little bit. All right, y'all, the time has come. Beans. Yesterday it was a squash kind of day. Today it's a green bean day. So this is about my 3rd day of collection on the green beans. So I've got my canner out. We're gonna get that started and get some water heated up in here, put my jars in. I'm gonna get it done because I gotta get down to the greenhouse next and we gotta work on moving these guppies and snails. All right, y'all, looks like it's gonna be 4 quarts. All right, round 3. Let's do this. All right, y'all, I don't hear steam coming out. This is always like the most nerve-wracking part to me. I don't feel anything. All right, I'm gonna, let's use gloves. That might be an intelligent thing to do. Oh, I got it on there tight. Oh gosh. It says to get it as tight as you can, but don't use a wrench or anything like that, obviously.
Watch out.
No, I don't want you doing it. I got it. Sometimes I just don't get it. Maybe it was just a little cockeyed. Okay. All right. Good. All right, I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes and then we'll remove the jars. So, looks pretty good. I just heard one seal. All right, we're all sealed. Win-win. I'm gonna show you guys this bed. This is by far my favorite bed, and I think next year this is what I'm gonna do with most of these out here. It's just an array of flowers. I love this wildflower look and just all the different variety. I've got, zinnias coming up, the wildflower pack I've sprinkled in here that's got a whole bunch of different things, the dahlias I grew in my greenhouse. So I just think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna obviously plant the hummingbird vine real thickly so it'll come over both sides, and probably not do the dahlias again like I did this year unless I just sprinkle a few in here and there. So, but they're still beautiful. Y'all, when the sun hits these, they're just stunning. Let's see what colors I've got today. The yellow is just gorgeous. That one's coming around kind of sideways, very pretty. Look at that. I think I'm gonna water my garden while I do this snail guppy rehoming. They're currently living in a marsh. happily though, I mean, to say the least. They are doing fine, but it's time to graduate to a bigger and better home. My farmer men are cutting firewood. We're almost finished getting it ready for the winter. We always fill it up, usually about 26, 27 ricks of wood does this for the winter. We're getting close. What a mess, y'all. Y'all, there's snails and alright now, I know y'all ain't gonna like this. Put a sponge filter in there. Let's see if I've got them all. Y'all, I'm still searching for snails. I can't find them in this marsh. I gotta take a break for a second. It's hot. I'm sweating like a pig. I want to show y'all this zinnia. As I was out here switching the sprinkler, I caught a glimpse of this zinnia. I have to share it again. It's just so pretty. The petals are different. They're not like your traditional zinnia like that. It's like a bubblegum color. All right, I gotta get back to these snails. It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be searching for snails till midnight. I'm gonna be searching for snails till midnight. All right, y'all, this is it for tonight. It's 9 o'clock. I've got them moved. Maybe I'll put some gravel and something cute in here tomorrow, but they have some space now. And I've got a ton of snails. They're everywhere. And more on the way.